What's up, everybody? It's Geoff Grammer with the Albuquerque Journal. I am joined by Sean Reider in the newsroom of the Albuquerque Journal. That's right, Albuquerque Journal Sports Live Weekly.
Live from the conference room.
Live from the Geoff Grammer Memorial.
No,
that would be breaking news.
Just breaking. You're a ghost.
We got to come up with some sort of. We got to call this something.
The War Room.
We are sponsored by Sandia Sportsbook. Thank you to Sandia Sportsbook for doing that.
Could Sandia interested in buying the naming rights for the conference room?
Or we could do what a lot of the national radio stations or networks and shows do, and just call it the studio, no matter where we are. We could be like, brought to you by the Albuquerque Journal Press Row or Albuquerque Journal Studios. I don't know what we're doing.
Okay, all right. Well, loaded show today. Good to be back on with you, man.
It is good to be back on. I have had an interesting week where I got back from 6 days on the road. I'm gonna make it home tonight. Have you heard that song? Do you know that song?
No, but I do know Lodi, and I do enjoy Lodi.
Yeah, I was there.
You were stuck there. You were stuck there.
Yeah,
actually.
probably why you're bringing it up. The Fresno State win for the Lobos last Saturday. Very interesting, to say the least. It was certainly historic in that it was a 22-point comeback, and a game they didn't want to make a 22-point comeback, but were able to, obviously. And so that was the good outcome there. A few days later in Reno, played horribly offensively, if you ask me. If you ask me, you might want to ask later, and I'll tell you. I think they played horrible offensively. I thought they were okay defensively. I thought both teams missed a lot of shots there for a while, but end up losing a tough game at Nevada. Nevada is a team, though, that's playing pretty well. We're coming off let me back that off. They lost last Tuesday to San Jose State, second to last place team, and then they won on Saturday against first place then Utah State. Then they beat New Mexico and pick up back-to-back quad one wins after not having won before that. And now Nevada's still in the race, and New Mexico finds itself in a position coming off a loss where they play San Diego State tomorrow and still have Utah State next Saturday. So if the New Mexico Lobo basketball team wins out, they will still be Mountain West champions, at least co-champions. And that would be a pretty surprising outcome for this season, wouldn't you say? Very
surprising, I would say. Now, we were talking about this off show in our regular show prep segment, that we like to do before.
We weirdly have like hours of show prep time, and we prepare for this.
We really put a lot of time and effort into preparation, and getting it down before the show. They are still, per our good friend of the program, Joe Lunardi. They are first four out at the moment, as of his most recent update today.
Anybody in first four out right now is certainly within striking distance.
Yes.
Either direction, they could play their way out, obviously. I'd be shocked if a team that's in first place or first four out right now, like the Lobos are, if they were to pick up the San Diego State win tomorrow, I would think they'd be on the right side of the bubble going into the final week of the season. They still have the Utah State game. A loss at Utah State isn't going to hurt any computer metrics. Any bracketologist or committee member that would consider that a loss that should hurt their resume probably isn't paying attention to how hard it is to win in Logan. But I would say a loss, like one win tomorrow at San Diego State, say they'd take care of business against Colorado State, then lose at Utah State. They'd have to at least get to the semifinals and maybe the finals of the Mountain West tournament to get in. But I am telling you that the Lobos are still in a pretty good position if they win some games. Now, if they don't win games, which obviously they haven't played tremendously recently, they had Fresno State almost beat them. They had Nevada actually beat them. So, they have some work to do. But if they win some games, they're going to be in the NCAA tournament.
I'm inclined to agree. Win games, you might just make the NCAA. They might be in the field of 68.
Look, I get paid the big bucks for making hot takes like that. If you win the rest of your games, you will be in the NCAA tournament.
Wow.
All right, so some big news in Lobo land this week. And let's go ahead and just start with the money that they made this week. They didn't actually make it this week.
Money that they're set to make over
the money
next,
that they announced they will be making. Nusenda and UNM go into a 10-year naming rights agreement for the pit, and it is starting next year going to be the pit powered by Nusenda, which is a play and a nod to their logo or their tagline, the power of we. And so it's good news for UNM. That's a significant amount of money. They will be making about 1.7 million a year is what it's going to average out to. It will actually start at 1.5 million next fiscal year, and it has a 3% escalator through the course of 10 years that gets up to an average annual revenue gain for UNM of 1.74 million per year is what it'll average out to. I will tell you that just a few weeks ago, the University of Arizona at McKale Center, a Big 12 school, obviously a number one team in the country for some of this year, and certainly a team that is going to be a number one seed in the Mountain West tournament. They just a couple weeks ago announced a naming rights deal for the McKale Center, and it is 15 years for 25 million, but the average payout there is 1.8 million, whereas the average payout here is 1.74 million. I would say that is a pretty, especially considering the conference realignment and the media rights deal and all that kind of stuff. I would say New Mexico got a hell of a deal in comparison to what Arizona just announced 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they got a great deal when you look at the finances, and I think from just the fact of like a lot of naming rights deals like just don't go over well. The fact that like everybody's still just going to call it the Pit, and it's not officially like Nusenda Arena or something like that. No offense to Nusenda and all that.
No,
the fact that you can just still call it the Pit, it's I mean, I think it's a win all around. And you were going to always, if you're New Mexico, you're going to always have to be creative in finding ways to generate revenue, and in this new era, and this was good. This is a good way to do it.
I'm going to jump in here real quick because this does need to be discussed. SM is in on X saying that New Mexico senator was on the radio saying they approved the full $58 million for the football renovation. I don't know if you're talking about George Munoz or Mo Maestas. I believe you're talking about Mo Maestas. It's not entirely true. It's not entirely untrue, so I'm not saying he's making it up. Here's what happened. The Lobos got $28 million. Approved from the New Mexico legislature. They got $8 million already in hand. So that $8 million that was already in hand was from a previous legislative session for some capital outlay for stadium improvements. But even that, it was for a $58 million ask for phase one, right? House Bill 9, or was it 8? Either 8 or 9. HB2 is the Senate budget, or not the Senate. It is the budget. That is where they got the $28 million. There is a House Bill 8 or 9 basically was passed that establishes for higher education capital outlay projects, $300 million that is available, and it lists priorities to spend that money on. Included in there is one of the priorities should be $20 million for a UNM football stadium. In all likelihood, it will happen. To say it has already happened would be inaccurate.
Yes.
They have not yet got that final $20 million. Where they are at right now is 28 from this year's legislative session plus 8 already in hand. So we're looking at $36 million towards what they wanted to be a $58 million final bill. So even if they get that $20 million, technically we're looking at 56 of the $58 million. That's at that point with that kind of money, that's kind of splitting hairs. But there is $20 million that has not yet been appropriated to UNM. I specifically spoke with people yesterday at UNM who are saying we have not yet been given that money, and it is until we get the money, we're not spending it, certainly. And so I'm a little confused why, frankly, why Mo keeps saying that. He was quoted in another paper saying the same thing, and it has not happened yet. They've gotten a significant. If you look at how much money they've gotten from what they've asked to what they got, compared to past years, this is arguably the best year that UNM has gotten in decades in terms of what they asked for. Same for NMSU, by the way. Let's for this session, let's not make this they got more, we got this, we never get anything. NMSU got more than they've asked for in decades too. But no, the full $58 million is not funded yet. There's $20 million that is in a bill that basically said we will set aside money and here are the priorities for that money, but it is different than appropriating that money to UNM. So there you go.
I did not read that. Geoff just referenced a Santa Fe, New Mexican story. I did not read that. Did Mo basically say the same thing in that story?
Yeah, he had something in there.
The headline was weird to me, and I bookmarked it to read later. I just never got to it.
There's a quote in there about a stack of money, or something.
Yeah,
like a mountain of money.
Mountain. Yeah, it was like that was like the pull quote headline.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Mo either, but
Yeah. I do
it's a
think
little confusing.
when this is all said and done, I do think that Mo Maestas and George Munoz, who were really two of the lawmakers that championed the cause for UNM and NMSU athletics and Senate Finance, they're going to get a lot of credit for this. I just don't think we're all the way there just yet, even though he's been on the radio. Josh is in. I'm sorry, Joshua Rivera is in. On YouTube, they should use that naming rights money to install seatbacks in the whole arena. It's time.
Do you think it's time to have seatbacks in the entire arena?
Seatbacks in the entire arena would cut the seating down, by the way. UNM is...
That's something we were just talking about, the renovations of University Stadium. They will be adding seatbacks to certain parts, and that will lead to some reduction.
Yeah. If a seatback has an arm that's only even 2 inches across the entirety length of that bench seating, you have to take out 2 inches, and you can't count. Not just for big guys like me. There is actually, I don't know what the number is, but there is a number that you cannot count. 10 people are sitting in that space. No, there's a number that you're legally required to have to count it as a seat, and it would cut into that number. So that's one thing. I think Lobo fans would get over it if they got the chairbacks, and I do agree with you to a certain extent that it's time to get seatbacks certainly in more of the arena. If you want to keep the cheap seats in the corners, bench seating, fine. But I think seatbacks on both sides of sideline to sideline all the way up as they are on one side right now. I think I'm in agreement. I think it's time to at least do that.
My personal preference is no seatbacks in the whole arena. Keep some bleachers. I like that a little bit more.
You like that?
I think I've seen like some UNLV fans complain about Thomas and Mack being too seatback kind of built out in that sense. So I agree with that.
Mo keeps saying it because he's a politician, and politicians love to talk. They already ruined the capacity a decade ago.
This is true. This is a general fan sentiment. So I mean,
look, if you could sell out a 14,000 seat pit with seatbacks, or a 15,411 with bench seating, I actually think a lot of Lobo fans would complain about it, and regardless, they'd complain about it either way. But I think deep down, most Lobo fans that go to the games are going to be just fine with the 14,000 seat pit if it was a better sitting and viewing experience of the games. Because frankly, sitting on a bench the entirety of a game all season long kind of wears you out a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. And that was one thing when we talked, when we did the stories about the football renovations and all that, and, widening the concourses and adding seatbacks and all that. I did not expect as many, I'm not saying the majority of fans were upset, as many fans to be upset about the fact that if everything goes according to plan, they would be losing some capacity. I understand some of it, but just to get a better overall fan experience, and most importantly, like a safer experience. It
cracks me up how upset some Lobo fans, football fans, were that you're cutting into capacity of a stadium
when it's
sold
capacity,
out once in over a decade.
That just hasn't been filled all too often. So,
all right, SM is back in on X. They need to update the Lobo basketball coaches' offices. They're tiny.
I've never seen them. Are they tiny?
They're not big. I mean, the assistant coaches' offices are certainly small. I would say it's an average size office for the head coach. Maybe all of them should have one that size. There's no space to give them more. They have more coaches than offices right now.
Yeah.
So there's no space to make them larger and add an office unless you take away their video room there's not just, they're not doing that. There's not a whole lot of space for it, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, they're probably not the biggest, but the fact that they're right off their own practice facility is something that a lot of schools don't have the way that UNM has it right now. Every coach's office has a window facing the practice court, and they like it, man. They like it. What else we got here? That is it on the comments right now. Not that we're done. Not that we're done.
All right. Well, great show, everybody.
Call it a day. Hold on. Let me get that off here. All right. So back to the naming rights. It is 10 years. It is 17 million.
Yes.
Playfly Sports is the multimedia rights holder. That multimedia rights partner that UNM has that basically gets a cut of this.
Mm-hmm.
And just today I verified and should have had it in the article yesterday. Fire grammar. 85% goes to UNM, 85% of this money, and that'd be 15% goes to Playfly and UNM sports properties. That's, a couple 100,000, 250,000, I think a year is going to go to them. Yeah, UNM is going to get 1.25, 1.3 million most every year. Still very significant. Just like the Arizona deal we referenced earlier, they have a multimedia rights partner that's getting a cut of their deal.
What is Arizona? What are they calling it? It's still McHale Center by
it's the
what or
it's not Acme, but it's the it's McHale Center
at Alchemy. Yes,
Alchemy Insurance.
Spelled Alkeme Arena.
Yeah,
McHale Center.
And so they did put their name after the name too, and that was a big talking point yesterday with Nusenda. They, first of all, because it played so well into their existing kind of mantra of the power of we and branding, it played well into calling it the Pit powered by Nusenda. But the previous two iterations of naming rights at the Pit didn't go well when it was Wise Pies Arena, aka the Pit.
Yeah.
By the time you got to the Pit, people were like, "I'm never going to call it that because I'm going to call it the Pit anyway." That's fine. But even if I want to call it the right name, I hate that many words before you get to the Pit. And then it was Dreamstyle Arena, and I think they called it Dreamstyle Arena at the Pit. And but it's just Dreamstyle Arena. The Pit wasn't a part of the official name.
Yeah.
Now the official name has the Pit in it, and it is the first part, so that is good. All right, we got Josh saying, "I'm taking my pops tomorrow to the game. Can't believe it might be the last San Diego State one. Feels like the very sad end of an era." I would agree with you. Got to get Doghouse before, just like when I was a kid.
So
your sentimental stuff.
When we were doing our show prep in the sports offices, not the San Diego Sportsbook conference room.
That's right.
I did mean to ask you. Do you as somebody that's covered a lot of this series and seen a lot of good games, do you have any sentimentality? Where are you kind of with this?
I'll probably be crying the entirety of the game.
Yeah.
But
in what section?
Yeah. Don't forget to stripe out tomorrow. Wear your right colors. Unless you're in the media, and I'll be wearing fluorescent green. See if you guys can spot me then. Everyone's
just the
favorite
ugliest,
game. Where's Geoff Grammer now?
Nike. Yeah. Oh gosh.
So there's some sentimentality.
Did you kind of wipe it more? Like, it's the last time I'm probably going to VA House for a long time, or
a little bit, because this came up today. First of all, the backstory is this: the teams going to the Pac-12 need some non-conference games next year too. The Mountain West teams are going to need non-conference games too. There is a weird little nugget to all of this that could help Lobo basketball's non-conference scheduling. Right now, they have a really hard time getting quality opponents in the non-conference to do home and homes and to come to the Pit and to go play this and that, right? They have to get bought, get paid to go play a one-off at a traditionally a really good school, and that school never returns the favor by coming to the Pit, or they have to buy 10 home games a year to basically finance other parts of the department, and there's that reality to it. But it's hard for UNM. It's hard for a bunch of schools to get quality opponents. Well, now that you're splitting the Mountain West and you have all these schools that now have non-conference where they won't be playing each other home and home in conference anymore, the availability just grew for New Mexico to have a regional non-conference series with, say, Colorado State. They're going to do a home and home with Colorado State. That is not official yet, but it's going to happen. Utah State's probably going to happen at some point. San Diego State will not, though, and that is because Brian Dutcher has already said he will not schedule non-conference games at elevation, and that includes New Mexico, obviously. And he said we're not doing it. We're a C-level team. We're not going to go out of our way in non-conference to play at elevation. So there will not be a home and home.
We're just an old C-level team coached by an old ball coach, man. We're an old C-level operation over here, man.
So I get it. So they're not going to play unless it won't be a home and home. So I asked Eric Olin about it today, and Eric Olin said, well, obviously there's some neutral court opportunities. It certainly wouldn't be the same if San Diego State and New Mexico played on a neutral court. Yeah. But that is an option. And then he said, you could ask Dutch if they want to buy us. If San Diego State wants to pay New Mexico to come to Viejas every year in the non-conference, usually a buy game is a game you count on winning. If you're going to pay the school's expenses to come to your place, that is why, Rothstein always has the
epitome of brutality.
Yeah, anytime a bye game is won by the team that got the money, they got paid and the win. It's the epitome of brutality. So it will be interesting if they play again. It will basically have to be either on a neutral court or San Diego State's going to have to pay New Mexico to go play there. And it's sad that that's going to happen, but that's the way that's going to play out, guys. What do you think about that? How would you feel if you were the team getting bought, by the way, because New Mexico twice got bought by St. Mary's?
How would I feel, or how would how would I feel?
There were some people, San Diego State fans, in fact, that kind of thought it was funny and it should be insulting to New Mexico that they were a bye team.
It's insulting that they might beat San Diego State and still get paid, like what happened with New Mexico beating UCLA. And
it's if you're the team getting bought, there is a status to it.
Yes.
Duke doesn't get bought.
No, sir.
Big 12 schools don't get bought. They're not teams.
They get bought by like the Players Invitational and whatever the heck that is.
Neutral
they get bought by that. That's serious stuff.
That's acceptable bots. Acceptable bots buys. But anyway,
preferred bots.
Yes, that is the preferred.
I don't know. I think of it way more in football context, where we always talk about buy games and money games. I think probably more frequently than college basketball.
Yeah.
So, and granted, there's way fewer games, but I mean,
doesn't bother me.
It's all normal to me. So
Michigan State, if they, if they were brave in any sort of way, if they had a leader who wasn't afraid of coming to New Mexico, maybe they would play a home and home with the Lobos.
Izzo, I mean,
what say you, Michigan man?
He still has
wow.
He still has the anytime, any place, anywhere kind of deal, like the Pat Hill thing going, or really more. He got that from like John Chaney, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I don't know, but I don't think that's going to happen at this stage. Anyways, Dash Room 1990.
He was saying he was surprised that the amount of the deal that the rivals, or that it rivals what U of A got. I am too, and not that I think U of A's deal was all that bad. If you're looking at basketball naming rights around the country right now, I mean, these are good deals. These are good deals. There's not a whole lot of basketball naming rights that are exceeding what the Lobos just announced yesterday. So I think it's a really good deal for UNM.
Money to be made.
You guys, is this Ricky? This is probably
Ricky.
Hey guys, thanks for the show.
Oh my God, where is Richie? What
about Richie?
Yeah, he's not in here yet.
Oh, I know.
This is bugging me out. I just realized that.
Yeah, he's usually the first one.
Boys. I know. I feel like it's like we just like you left a kid at like a rest stop or something. Like I just had that.
Home Alone?
My heart just sank. Where's Richie? Hop on, man.
Thanks for the show. Per Instagram, Dax Hall has received an offer from UNM. How did he look in person? Does he play like Jake?
Grammar. Let it rip.
Yeah, I mean, he's been offered by UNM for quite a while. I don't know if there was anything. I haven't seen on Instagram what happened new, but when I was there in January and interviewed him, he had already been offered then, because it was in a story I wrote. And he is not like his brother. He is not the, I guess, outside shooter. He is a good outside shooter. I would tell you, though, that he – So what's the knock on Jake Hall? He doesn't look overly athletic, and he's just a shooter, right? I would tell you Dax looks a lot more athletic than Jake Hall, but I'd also tell you Jake Hall is more athletic than people give him credit for.
You're not playing Division I basketball at this level and playing at the rate that he does without having some good athleticism
and
to you.
Teams aren't going at him like I think they tried early in the year. He's not a defensive stopper, but teams have found that he's better at defense than apparently he looks, because they don't just go at him every time he's on the floor now as some sort of liability. He needs to get better at defense, and he has gotten better at defense, but he is athletic enough to hold his own most games defensively. I would tell you his younger brother Dax, who's a little bit shorter, but I think far more certainly visibly athletic. I think probably not quite the shooter, but a little bit more of the playmaker and distributor. And he's not as good as Jake right now, as Jake was as a senior year of high school. But he is pretty good. Like, he's Division I good, and it's not just to keep Jake happy, let's go recruit his brother kind of thing. He has other Division I offers. He's from lower level low majors and Big West type and Ivy League. Jake had an offer. He thinks from a bunch. I think he told me he thinks from every Ivy League school. But yeah, Dax does have an offer from UNM, and I would be shocked if he's not here. If Eric Olin and Jake Hall are here, I would tell you Dax is probably going to be here.
The part of the scouting report that I'm interested in, watching the Nevada game the other night, I remarked to a friend of mine that there probably is no cooler combo to be than Division I basketball player and then elite surfer. How good of a surfer is Dax Hall? Do you know anything about his background there?
I can tell you that Dax Hall is who, without Jake's knowledge, told me that Jake was the surfing champ. He snuck that in for my podcast. That was sort of the inside information that nobody knows. And he gave it to Tank, and Tank, Tom Tankelwitz, the assistant coach, kind of fed me the info that, hey, when you have Jake on, why don't you ask him about being a nationally ranked junior surfer? And so Dax can certainly surf, but I don't know if he's as good. Dax will tell you, and he has told me, that he's way better at golf than is Jake, and they're both really good at golf. And he says he's better than Jake. So
I will take the surf and elite outside shooter combo. I think that's a very cool combo.
The stripe out never works. Everyone always wears red.
Not grammar.
Yep, I will be wearing green. I will tell you,
you'll be wearing like a neon green Nike Tech jumpsuit. Like,
there have been 2 times the stripe out has worked, and it's been the last 2 San Diego State games. But they've tried it more than those 2 times. So you're not wrong. I will say though, we have visual evidence from pictures from last 2 years that it actually worked pretty well at the San Diego State game. So I think that's the only time they're going to try it from now on. And with tomorrow being the last game, maybe this is the last one. Who knows? What else we got here? Luna Love. Little Luna Love good. I was going to say goody, but Luna Love good. 5'8", 5'7", 5'6", 5'7". Jesus.
What is going on over there, man?
Pac-12 going to be using Mandalay Bay Arena for its tournament. Small time league.
Have you ever been to Mandalay Bay Arena?
I guess not. No, I guess not. Wait, yeah. Isn't that where the Aces play?
No.
They play in Michelob Light Arena. They play in Michelob Ultra Arena.
No.
Yeah, I've not been to Mandalay.
No. Well, you're right. They play Michelob, located within the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino on the Las Vegas Strip.
That's it then.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have been to it. It's
I did not know it was called the Michelob Ultra Arena. I just thought it was like a Mandalay Bay thing.
Yeah. But. So yes, I have been there. The Lobos played there. Who did they beat last year? San Francisco. They had a one-off 2 years ago now. Actually, not last year. 2 years ago, they had a neutral court game with San Francisco in
the Dons.
Jack Jones Classic or something, and they beat them. So there you go.
Does that make them a small-time league?
I don't think that's a great arena, but
yeah.
National champion, the world champion, WNBA world champion. Do they call him world champion in WNBA or just WNBA champion?
I don't know.
WNBA champion Las Vegas Aces play there.
I don't know. How do you feel about that? Do you think the NBA, you find a world champion? To me, yes, absolutely.
And in baseball, you're okay with them being the world champions when they play the World Series?
It's getting harder because, are we going to win the WBC this year? I don't know. It's getting harder and harder to claim that, but
I'll tell you where I'm really most not okay with it is the NFL. The arrogance of the NFL.
Stop.
The arrogance of the NFL.
Stop.
Calling their champion the world champion. I mean, where do you get off?
There's too many inside jokes flying right now.
Where do you get off calling yourself world football champions?
The audacity. Yeah.
Brian Dutcher from the Lute Olson School of Coaching Cowardice.
Was Lute Olson that much of a coward, or was he ducking, man?
Lute Olson publicly said, "I will never schedule another game in the pit."
Yeah, I do. My bad. Whoops.
It wasn't about elevation with Lute Olson. It was just about cheating. In his mind, the Lobo's scorekeeper, the late Gary Spitzberger, was the timer, not the scorekeeper, the timer, and started the clock too late, and would never play there again. I think Lute was looking for a way to get out of it anyway, and he found his way. Get bought by
the
Big Dog Entertainment Invitation.
Is that a preferred buy?
They've been in the Big Dog Classic. Or
Is
the
it-
Ball Dog. Sorry.
Ball Dog.
Ball Dog.
Dude, Big Dog t-shirts, those are awesome. Those are sweet. We got to bring those back.
Got a reply to Luna Lovegood. It's so funny they are pretending they're big time when they're basically an even worse version of the last decade's Mountain West.
I think that the general consensus. I think most people. I just wish we were all still together.
Yes.
And I mean, it just I think I think there is some like intrigue and excitement, but generally it's just like this should all be together.
Yeah,
can you imagine you throw North Dakota State in and so hey, woo,
I can tell you without hesitation that there is. I saw someone use the term buyer's remorse. I don't think it's buyer's remorse.
No.
But I don't think it is.
Certainly not on the part of Washington State and Oregon State.
No.
Like they did.
Washington State and Oregon State.
They did what they had to do. Yeah.
I think a lot of the Pac-12 teams that came from the Mountain West are starting to are already at the realization that it is not what they expected.
Yep.
And while it might still be better metrically, the analytics are going to tell you it's a better basketball league, and it will be. It has Gonzaga added.
Yes.
Like they're going to be better basketball wise. My hot take is I don't know that the new Pac-12 is going to be better than the Mountain West in, the next 4 years. If we're talking about 4 or 5 years till the next media deal, I don't know that the new Pac's going to be better than the new Mountain West.
No, and I feel like it's going to be a lot of conversation. Well, if you take Gonzaga out of it and that kind of element,
Yep. And by the same vein, if you have to say,
well, if you take Gonzaga out of it,
yeah, well, but you could also have said, if you take Air Force and San Jose State out of it, none of those other teams are actually hurting you like they are argued to do. In fact, if you look at the Pac-12 versus Mountain West records this year, the 5 teams that are leaving versus the 5 teams that aren't San Jose State or Air Force, but top 5 on top 5, it's equal. It is a league that probably didn't need to be split up.
What's ironic to me from the basketball perspective is Washington State and Oregon State, there's no buyer's remorse. Like they did what they had to do, and they're coming into this basketball league with probably the 2 least desirable situations in the entire league. Like Oregon State just Wayne Tinkle. Things are not going well at Washington State with David Riley. We'll see what happens with him. Although I don't think they'll fire him, but I don't know.
You have an inside source on that?
Oh yeah.
The audacity.
Oh yeah.
The arrogance. Thanks. Did you report that in January on Dax? It was in the story I wrote about him and
he said
Tevin
you
Johnson.
did report that in January.
I can't read or anyway.
Thanks. You did report that. Actually, I did report that.
I did
in January.
And
you should have read it.
There's lighting angles on the
There's
screen.
lighting angle. What do you mean? Like
that light, the angle.
Move your computer.
So, then I got this cord issue over here.
Okay.
We're very appreciative of Sandia Sportsbook for being the
Thank
sponsor
you,
of the
Sandia
Sandia Sportsbook Conference Room, but I need a longer cord, Sandia.
If you are not going to the pit for the stripe out, you should patronize Sandia Sportsbook and Casino. Great place to watch games. There's a lot of, this is a great time here. A lot of great college basketball going on.
I would agree.
Some great basketball last night, Mackey Arena, I should say. So
don't do this.
Dude, I was 12 the last time I went there. Come on.
With the new funds that the state will basketball NIL from the state. Jesus.
Oh, with the new funds from the state, will the basketball NIL increase or stay the same? Rev share.
Yeah. I would tell you that basketball next year is probably going to be in the 3 million range, which is not too far off from where it is this year.
Yeah.
I would tell you that football is going to be significantly more this year than
yes.
I would tell you that UNM is probably. I don't know. I mean, we're going to look at like 6-7 million total of NIL next year, maybe.
I see that.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I know they would love to get up to 8-9, obviously, and maybe they will. So to answer your question, is the new money from the state or the new money? The lawmakers don't want to hear that the new money is going to that because they just don't like the idea of paying players with taxpayer money.
Yeah.
Technically, some of the money coming in, though, just goes into a pot. And then the operations pot, the appropriation that the lawmakers gave in House Bill 2 to to the universities around the state, like unless it's specifically earmarked towards a capital outlay project or towards a stadium, like some of the money in this year's money for UNM was, if it just goes to operations, the NCAA rules now allow schools to pay players as part of rev share, and that is an operational expense. So yeah, some of the state money could go towards NIL.
We'll see what happens, though.
It's a long way to answer that question. Somebody just walked by the window.
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
No.
You don't?
Well, actually, I didn't see her head because her head was on those blinds
okay.
You have that angle.
I love you. This is great. This is like when we're doing shows in the fall. Hey, somebody's running around the field.
Yeah. You guys can't see it, but
hey, somebody's running. Hey, okay.
Look at this.
Richie. Ah, yes. Good to see you, Rich.
Woo. Rich, if you missed the beginning of the show, you also missed Sean basically putting out an APD on you. An APD. It's the Albuquerque Police Department. He was all points bulletin. That would be an APB.
Are there still all points bulletins?
Oh yeah,
really?
All points are bulletized.
Okay. Richie, good to see you, man.
He was worried about you, Richie. Like he was.
Well, no, it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, something's wrong. Like, we didn't get off to a normal start.
We were a good 5 minutes into the show, and then he realized you weren't here.
I noticed like right 15 away. Minutes in, like
I noticed 20. Right away, and I was worried sick.
Didn't say anything though. Yeah.
I'm excited for the North Dakota State home game that we have in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I think it is. I think fans are like kind of excited. I will say though,
do we know when they're playing?
No, we don't.
The Thanksgiving week,
because everything has been pushed. Oh my God, too many inside jokes on the show.
What do you mean?
That's one other thing. Everything usually by this time of year, we know the schedule like Matrix, who they're playing in December and all that, and then we get the dates by now. I think those should be coming, and I would be shocked if they took any longer than the next 2 weeks. So that'll come soon.
I'd be shocked if it came out in 2 weeks when they're having the Mountain West tournament and everybody from the Mountain West is in Vegas. So if it doesn't come out this coming week, it probably is going to be 3 weeks. It's like,
yeah, that's a good point.
1 to 3 weeks with 2 not being an option.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. But no, I do think I think some fans are like excited. I did see one fan replied to me on Twitter that said their bum Northern Illinois wasn't coming. I think you're getting a similar flavor to a certain degree with I think you're getting a better football team overall, frankly, with North Dakota State coming. But good Lord, we haven't talked about it. North Dakota State, welcome to the Mountain West. You have to go play at Albuquerque. You have to play at Hawaii. You got to go to the island. And we've talked a lot about how tough it is to go play on that big old island. And you got to go play in Vegas. And then you have Air Force, who I don't know if I'm going to count them out as being as bad as they were last year, frankly. That is not a fun road slate whatsoever. Really, that truly is. Welcome to the league. So we'll see.
So welcome to the league.
Welcome to the league. I'm excited for it too. I've been meaning to sit down and start learning a little bit more about North Dakota State. I need to go do that.
Been meaning to sit down and learn a little bit about football.
What's this punt thing you're talking about right now?
Tommy Tom is in on the YouTube, and he says, "Hey guys, great show. Always enjoy your perspectives."
Nice, Tommy.
If the new Mountain West is mostly a one-bid league moving forward, how big of a financial hit will that be for the league?
That's a very good question.
The financial hit.
I'm deferring to you.
Yeah, the financial hit would come in that question, not from the media rights deal, which is already out. And they took a financial hit there. You're talking then about unit shares. Unit shares, if a team makes it, it's going to basically every school is going to be hit in the unit share. I don't know that they're going to be a one-bid league. I think they might be a two-bid league a lot of years. I still think they have enough teams at the top that they're going to be okay. But to answer your question, I would tell you it's going to be less than $1 million per year that this will be a hit. When they split out the unit share money over the 12-team league or an 11-team league, rather, because for basketball it's just 11 that get the unit share split. I would tell you that UNM's not getting out of the unit share money, which is what more bids help out with. They're not getting more than a million a year, just on that. So, but let's just call it $1 million. It's going to take a knock of about $1 million a year, but you got to remember for the next 6 years, your unit shares pay out over 6 years.
Yep.
And the Mountain West keeps all the unit shares from Utah State that's been in the tournament for several years and won games, San Diego State in their national title run. The unit shares on that continue to pay out for the next, what was that, 3 years ago now? So we got 3 more years of that. in the Mountain West. And so they'll be fine until the next media rights deal comes. So there. Any updates? Not any updates. Any upcoming food challenges? And we actually have
for the updated
here.
season.
Any upcoming food challenges for the upcoming season?
We did have a food agreement today. We we're both spicy Chick-fil-A spicy sandwich guys. You have the wrapper right there. We both don't like pickles on it.
I'm not a pickle fan on sandwiches, nor am I a pickle fan on
burgers.
I was gonna say burgers, but while I'm pointing to a sandwich. But I like dill pickles on a burger. Not a fan. Dill pickles in spear form. I'll eat them with the sub.
I get a little annoyed sometimes with restaurants. The amount of dishes they will just slap a dill pickle on the side of. I'm like, did we really need this? Like red beans and rice? Did I really need like the dill pickle on the side of it? Like
that bothers you?
Yeah, it bothers me. I'm like, why? Like, why did I need the dill pickle here? Okay. As for Mike, as for upcoming food challenges, I don't know. We haven't
something nuts related.
Oh my god, too many updates. Too many. I like nuts. I like nuts. Yeah. I like nuts. I don't know. We'll have to think of something. Maybe like I have to like enter and do like a food eating like contest or something like that.
Yes.
Is that it? Is that it?
Yep. I just came up with something. Yes. look at the idea.
I can't believe I said that now.
This is the story I was just telling you about my teenage daughter. She basically like said, "Oh, I love doing this," and I'm like, "No, you don't say that because now I'm going to expect you to do it."
Oh man,
and you got to use it as bargaining.
And I was saying, "Oh, how could you do that?" And now I just played myself, and there's a recording of it. Of which I played myself.
I am going to.
Can I pick like the contest? Like
maybe.
Like I'm game for hot dogs.
Okay. Here's a question that Stu got answered on or asked on social media.
What is he doing these days? Is he back? Is he? But like I felt like Lebetard said he was like gonna like they wanted him back. Like, I don't know.
Maybe they do, but he has his own show. All I know is on social media just yesterday, who would win a race between Usain Bolt, and
Joey Chestnut.
If you couldn't 100-meter race,
100-meter dash, yes.
100-meter dash between Bolt and Chestnut, if you couldn't start running until you finished one hot dog.
What, just one?
Yeah, just one hot dog.
I'll still go Bolt, yeah.
So how long do you think it's going to take Bolt to eat a hot dog?
Dude, I think he could get that down in like 2 bites, 3, and like chewing. You have to swallow the whole thing.
Yep.
I still lean Usain. I had a friend of mine. I had a friend of mine who.
How long do you think it's going to take Joey Chestnut to run 100 meters? Because he's going to eat a hot dog in 2 seconds, and then he's going to run 100 meters. Give him 20 seconds, and Usain Bolt's going to take 10 seconds to eat a hot dog.
Yeah, but then he's gonna take 10 seconds to get down.
And so tie. You're calling for a tie then.
I'm going for a push. I had a friend of mine who went out drinking in Michigan with Joey Chestnut at one point.
Interesting.
Said it was one of the wilder nights of his life. Joey Chestnut, unsurprisingly, can put down some drinks.
Have you ever done the beer mile?
I have. I did it with a keg of warm summer shandy. It was the worst possible beer you could do for it. That was.
So how much did you drink then? Was it like a 12?
No. So it was like a solo cup. Fill it all the way up, and now you got bailed out a little bit in the sense that it was
foam.
It was so foamy, but that made it worse.
Yeah,
that made it significantly worse. So yeah, just doing that.
So you did, and did you throw up? Did you complete it? Did you
I spewed a little bit, 100%. Oh, I'll spew, dude. I spewed. Come on,
if you're gonna spew into this.
Yeah, no, it definitely got me.
Have you ever seen Wayne's World?
I have. Wayne's World 1 and 2.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Have you done a beer mile?
No. I've done beer.
Why would I do such a juvenile thing like that? Well, now why would I do such a silly thing like that?
If I run a mile? Is that that's part of the question you just asked. It's been a while. I used to actually I did some running. I did some running back in the old high school days.
I dabbled.
And so different body shape then. Well, who's the biggest NIL spender in the group of 5 for football?
Memphis.
VCU basketball has like a $4 million budget.
I think it is Memphis. You could maybe USF. I think is getting into that neighborhood for sure, though. USF has got some real nice stuff going on. But those are the two ones I would mention probably off the top of the head.
I would tell you that in basketball, if we're going to be technical about it, Gonzaga is the biggest NIL spender.
Yeah, but Gonzaga's not a mid-major.
But if we're talking conferences, they sure are.
I know.
The West Coast.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'll go. Yeah. So,
Richie's in. On the YouTuber. Can you all ask your UNM sources to make sure that Lobo Louis, L-U-I.
Like Elisa Liu, the skater, you just swap the I and the U.
Is in the next college football game.
We would not be going to our UNM sources because I think our UNM sources want Lobo Louis in the game. We'd have to go to EA on that.
Yeah. So you're telling me Lobo Louis is not in? Are you telling me that he's not in? Because I'm sending a text message right now, and I'm going to see if somebody answers me while we're on the air as to why that is not the case. As I type loud here, talk about something. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not in either. I just don't have I don't have a console. I don't have the most recent EA CFB. I've played it. I don't think I've played as or against New Mexico at this point, actually. So I like doing the option teams. Those are fun. I'm like throwing that up there. UNLV with the go-go. When the first game that it came back, that was cool. That was a fun playbook. So
Dashroom 1990 is in on the YouTube. I agree with the two-bid league take. UNM, UNLV, if they ever figure it out. Nevada and GCU will keep the league hopeful for two bids. I agree, especially if you think about the Mountain West in terms of whoever's at the top is probably going to have an at-large, certainly bubble conversation type story or case to make. And there's two or three teams that are going to certainly be capable most years of making a run in that tournament. I think the new Mountain West can be a two-bid league. It is not. Some of my Aggie friends on social media like saying, "Oh, your new conference is no better than Conference USA." It is. It is much better in basketball.
Is it better than the A10?
That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's interesting because
the A10 has been mired in this one bid league stuff for so stinking long.
And do I think it's going to be better than the A10? Because one big problem facing the A10 is that while there are bottom teams that kind of pull them down, their top has been like one team has a really good year and then everyone else is in the kind of 50s range.
Dayton self-sabotages. And then
the Mountain West has been pretty consistent where the top has been in the 40s and 30s with one team flirting with like the 20s, right? So like the top team is like in the 20 range with the rest of the group of whoever might make it that year in the 40ish range. And I would tell you the A10, the reason they're not rated higher than the Mountain West in like the Ken Palm conference rankings and stuff like that is because I don't think that second tier of the A10 has really consistently been in the 40s. They've been more like in the 50s and 60s. So but that is a good comparison. Do I think the new Mountain West is going to be better than the A10? No. And if I'm saying I think they'll be multi-bid, that's interesting because the A10 hasn't been multi-bid consistently.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And I think it was Steve Donahue at St. Joe's. He kind of had a little bit of a rant this week. In the way that college basketball, because how have we been a one-bid league this long? Yada yada. So
Richie's in.
Hot dog eating contest on top of the Sandias at elevation.
Joey would love it.
I think I'm with Dutch here. I don't know if I want to go further elevation. For an athletic feat like that. Like I don't know. You just it's his face you're making. Yeah, maybe eating contest is the next frontier. I don't want to do an eating contest with fruit. Let's do something with like hot dogs or taquitos.
If I had to guess, I would tell you.
If you had to guess, Lobo Louis
is going to have really make a good effort to get Lobo Louis in 2026, and so any gaps to fill or holes to fill from the first the comeback of college football. Is I think the second version is going to have a whole lot of the holes filled and the gaps filled on what might have been missing from UNM the first go round. I think UNM's going to really, if I had to guess, I'm going to say they're really going to try and make sure Lobo Louis is in.
Educated guess. Yeah. What about Lobo Lucy?
Let me think about that one. I'm going to have to think about that for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Maybe this is a little investigative journalism. This is how we get the journal to pick up the tab on a console and in addition to the game.
Ooh,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the beer mile. Get the
the beer mile.
Pay for some beer. I got paid to drink beer.
When did you do that?
I did a column one football season on the Pistol Pizza 1888 that Bosque Brewing used to have.
Pretty good beer.
It is a branded beer for NMSU, and the branded beer at the time for UNM, which they do not have anymore, was Lobo Red, and it was at where was it? It's not there anymore. It's downtown where Matucci's is now. Kelly's. So
downtown,
Nob Hill. And
jeez, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Golly,
I don't like you college kids, man. So I don't know where downtown Albuquerque is.
I'm a junior in high school, actually.
Apparently the college kids all know where downtown is, and us old folks don't. Anyway, I actually went and had one beer of each of the beers and wrote about it for a column, and said with these two football teams, you need to have a drink to enjoy it.
Yeah, can I have 5 more of those Pistol Pete 1888s? I just got to make sure I'm getting the taste right here.
And I put it on the work card and wrote about it. I know you both are big gamers.
Huge gamers.
Yeah.
Huge gamers. Why did you say it like that?
Pinochle. I've never played Pinochle.
I like to do play poker on my phone. So that's about it. When's the last time? Do you have a console now?
Yeah, we got
like a Wii or
we have a Nintendo. We have a Nintendo Switch, and that's not exactly a console, obviously.
Yeah.
And we have a PlayStation, but not
PlayStation. What?
2 is it?
You have a PS2?
Yeah, we have a PS2, but
that's fun.
What's out now though? It's the PS5.
Yes,
I don't think we got a 2, and I haven't played it in years. The last game I played consistently on it. While I was a big FIFA guy, it was recently.
FIFA is awesome.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago, I was still playing FIFA fairly regularly, but I haven't played it in years. The game Overcooked. Me and my daughter used to play Overcooked.
Oh.
Yeah, she would kick my butt making sushi.
I've been trying to get my old N64 out here.
Yeah,
just because I want to play GoldenEye.
Interesting. One of the best multiplayer games ever.
So awesome.
That little
awesome, dude.
Spleen split.
I absolutely
screen split.
Last spring, like early summer, there was like a pop up that GoldenEye just mossed my buddies, just destroyed them. So
I'd be shocked if UNM in 2026.
You'd be shocked or surprised?
I'd be shocked and surprised. Shocked and odd. I'd be surprised if they were really trying to get Lobo Louie in the updated version, if they didn't really, try and request to get both of them in. It would just surprise me if they didn't, if that wasn't the play.
Are they brother and sister? What's the deal with them again?
Yes.
I think there was like a Twitter discussion about this like a year ago.
Yeah, they're not married, but that doesn't mean anything. They could just be friends.
All right, that's okay.
Hold on. Let me see if I can make an educated guess in just a minute.
What will the score be tomorrow? And if UNM should win, will fans storm the floor? I don't think you should storm the floor.
Yeah, there's no floor storming when you're the defending Mountain West champion.
No,
even if it is a brand new team. So I don't think they will storm the floor. What will the score be? I will say, because this is not. It's weird because San Diego State's defense is really good again, and yet they're still, for some reason, playing a lot of higher scoring games, really because the possessions are stepping up. Let's go 70, UNM 72, San Diego State 66.
You're calling for a Lobo win.
I am, and
it's a good crowd tomorrow. Noon game and all that. It's going to be pretty good.
I'm going to see what our good friend Ken Palm says.
Kenneth?
Yeah, Kennethy.
Did you see his Substack about Wab and Wob?
I did, and he was as a guy named Geoff with a G who pronounces it soft J. It is totally GIF, GIF, by the way.
GIF. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up. Yep.
If I had to guess what Ken Palm was saying, he's predicting 75-72 Lobos. 75-72 Lobos.
Whoa!
If I had to guess whether or not there was an official line,
Sounds like Ken Palmer. I puts corn in his salsa.
if I had to guess what DraftKings says, since that's what goes on ESPN, and I'm just guessing here, I would say that there isn't a line out yet.
You had to guess what Polymarket says.
I haven't looked. I mean, guessed. Almost blew my cover there.
All right.
Man.
Keep Grammar a bit longer. Yeah, that's all I hear in the streets these days. Keep him a little bit longer. That's all
Grammar guy
I hear.
around a little longer.
Hey, maybe we don't have to completely get rid of him.
Sorry. I had another text that didn't show up on my what? Never mind.
Okay.
I kind of got worked over before the show.
You
and
got
I'm still
worked
flustered.
over?
Yeah, by my daughter.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I have a daughter who I'll tell the story.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it.
She was feeling kind of sick. She didn't know if she could make it through the day. Long story short, she wanted us to call the school and give her permission to leave campus with some friends, so she could go get some food or run home and get food because she just wasn't feeling good.
What was on the menu at school today? What was going on there?
What's that?
What was on menu for school today?
I don't know. That's a good question. But when I offered to get her, she's like, "Well, no, I don't think we need to do that." Long story short, I knew she was just trying to get some money out of me so she could just go buy some food or probably just snacks out of the vending machine.
What did this man do? He sent her $10.
I ridiculed her and said, "No way." And then I Apple paid her $10.
You folded?
Yeah.
Folded, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm in charge. Don't tell her I said that.
Eat at the Frontier versus the Travis at Grandma's K&I Diner? Eating contest?
Yes.
Okay.
I need some help with that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Tooele Pond's Respecter is in on X. Do the Lobos make the tourney? Gut feeling at large or Mountain West tourney win? Yes or no?
Gut feeling.
I am going to say the UNM Lobos, the 2025-26 UNM Lobos.
This is coming from your gut.
Are in the NCAA tournament.
Wow, you heard it here, folks.
You heard it here first from me. And
they'd be taking a bid from one of these hardworking, just not getting a fair shake. Teams like Ohio State and Auburn and Indiana.
Cincinnati wins 2 games all year,
and they're on the bubble. And they went, oh my god!
They went from fire their coach to in the tournament.
Great win at Downfield House. Great win, but geez Louise, ridiculous.
Are they still open? Frontier is
still open. Travis,
I'm not. So
D&I Diner.
That's the
K&I.
Yeah.
Sorry. Grandma's. I don't
versus the Travis at Grandma's K&I dinner. I'm not familiar with that, man. So I guess they're still open, but I don't know.
Frontier is still open. Can't confirm. I got breakfast for Sunday.
Yeah. So you're asking me how they get in. I think first of all, I do think they can win the Mountain West tournament. They have some roster flexibility and variety of ways to win. And we got some facial expressions coming in. But I think they're going to be in at large because I think they're going to knock off one of these next 2 teams, and I think they'll win at least a couple games in the tournament. And there you go. Mountain West tourney or at large is what you're asking. Yeah, I guess I'll side with at large because I think they win tomorrow. I think tomorrow's win's gonna help until Tuesday's game against Colorado State, who's won 6 games in a row and might beat them in the pit.
Exactly.
So, was your facial expression anything show shareable or no?
Show shareable. You had a great screen grab the other night. That was a great thumbnail.
Thank you.
What
was
it? The live show thumbnail from Nevada.
I did nothing wrong. Literally, my computer's right here. I set up. I'm watching the court, and it's every year.
The fact that you have like a little bit of a grin.
It's like trying not to grin, but I'm like,
oh my god.
So anyway, the cheerleaders come up right in front of where I have the Grammar Vision webcam.
Grammar Vision.
Gamma Vision, and it is pointing on the court, and then the cheerleaders come out for like the final 10 minutes of pregame or 15 minutes where they just start stretching in front of me, and they're standing literally at one point because it's right on the edge, and they're leaning up against it at times. So we're talking 6 inches away from the cheerleader stretching is my webcam, and I feel like, okay, at what point do I just say like, okay, sorry about that? And I'm like, no, I'm still doing my show. They walked in front of my webcam.
You're accusing the cheerleaders?
Yeah.
And we ended up getting a YouTube thumbnail where a cheerleader is in her rear side of her body is directly in front of the webcam, and Grammar has a little bit of a
somebody on the show was pointing
smile
out how I kept losing my concentration. Well, I was distracted because they were being so rude.
Okay. All right. Okay.
What else we got here?
What else we got?
BT's in on YouTube.
Large burritos covered in green chili fries and gravy, I believe. I'm down to try that. I don't know if I want to do an eating contest of that. I feel like that's, I don't know. I'm kind of warming up the hot dogs. Can I do like hot dogs, like dunk them in like the water and all that? Like
hot dogs and blueberries.
No. Don't do this to me, please. I did actually have one sip of like a blueberry like daiquiri or whatever they are. Hated it. It was terrible. Oh my.
When was this? Recently?
This is not this last weekend.
But since the blueberry eat.
Yeah, so this was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So yeah, didn't like it.
All right. Larry wants to know if UNM is Dax Hall's only D1 offer.
You said there was some more like low major offers.
I think there's some big West schools that have offered, but I don't know. I mean, I can pull it up.
Is it probably his best offer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Tomato Pond's Respecter is in on X saying, also, any Vegas rituals for the Mountain West tournament?
You do have a little bit of a ritual with the cereal.
Oh yeah,
yeah, true. You do actually have that.
First day I show up to the Mountain West tournament, I go to a grocery store because I'm there multiple days, and I'm not just gonna eat out every meal. So because if there's one thing about me, I'm kind of a health nut. So first thing I do when I get to Vegas, I know this story is as common as old as time. When you show up to Vegas,
as old as time.
That's a good saying.
Yep.
First thing everyone does when they get to Vegas is hit the grocery store, buy a box of cereal and some milk, and eat bowls of cereal all week in their hotel.
It's a good move. I'm a big fan of it.
Thank you.
I like it.
Arizona versus New Mexico, second round, Viejas.
Is San Diego State hosting? Is Viejas hosting games this year?
Could be. Yeah, I think they are actually.
Okay. Then that makes sense.
Okay.
That'd be a fun game. That'd be a lot of cool, neat narratives there.
That would require UNM then to be either the 8-9 versus 1, or they could be a 10 seed, you're suggesting, and Arizona falls to a 2?
I don't think they fall into a 2.
Or are you suggesting that New Mexico will be the 1 seed and Arizona falls to the 8-9
pretty
game?
Unprecedented. Arizona...
he's telling us right here. He's predicting the 2 versus 10.
So Arizona has Kansas tomorrow.
Yeah, Arizona could fall to a 2. I know that's possible, but
Kansas tomorrow, and then they do get Iowa State. Both games are at home, and
fighting TJ Altobello.
And then they finish off with Fernando Lobos, Colorado Buffaloes in Boulder. Coors Event Center. Excuse me. I don't know. I mean, even if you go what? 2-1 against that, like I don't know.
You just reminded me of something. If the Lobos make March Madness, Fernando Lobo owes us on this show.
You're right.
The eating of a bowl of marshmallows.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So maybe you could do that with him.
I think fans are gonna feel like different. Yeah, we're gonna eat marshmallows.
Do you want all 3 of us just to eat a bowl of marshmallows?
I'm gonna drive up to Boulder. Like
the Journal will send us. The Sandia Sportsbook sponsored Learjet.
Oh my gosh!
So that's really got to be something that's show shareable. No, it's not, huh? Am I getting the same?
What is that? What is not show shareable?
Well, whatever you.
No. Oh no! I thought you were talking about marshmallows for a second. I was like, no, not shareable.
You looked at your phone and said, "Oh my gosh!"
It was a bit of news I need to look into.
Okay, but it's not like something that we were both
No,
since,
nothing. No, not something that we were both since.
Because all I got here is my teenage daughter now talking about tennis practice after school, and guess I better send her some more money.
No, don't fold. What is it? No. All right.
I don't want her to be mad at me.
I don't know. I'm still having a hard time seeing
her
Arizona.
coin is not doing very well.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah. Don't let this guy get hot.
Stupid coin.
Everybody fade him when we get to the Mountain West tournament.
So the year of COVID, you were like 8.
Yeah.
The year of COVID,
famously,
I picked every Mountain West tournament game correctly until the championship.
Holy cow!
The play-in games.
You picked the results of the spreads.
Spread.
No way!
Yeah.
Wow.
There were 10 games.
Oh my gosh!
And I went 9-0, and then I missed the championship game to complete the.
Wow.
And that was the year of COVID. The Mountain West played their tournament a week early, so they completed it. And while every other conference basically had to scrap their conference tournaments, UNM actually had their tournament. So Utah State won the tournament. They knew they were the automatic berth. And San Diego State lost in that championship game, but they were getting in that year maybe as a 2 seed because that was the year that they only had 2 losses all year.
That is such a Vegas thing, like just an amazing run, and then you put it all in on this bet, and it's time to get, and it just doesn't work. You lose everything. So
all, of course, published in advance on the social medias.
Receipts. Richie is a big cereal guy, and he would do the same. What is your favorite cereal? What do you get usually?
Oh man!
Oh man!
There's a story here.
Oh, cereal, man.
I like boring cereals sometimes.
You like old ball coach cereals?
Old ball coach cereals. If I'm sitting there for a week and just gonna eat a box of cereal for over a couple days,
you're not gonna go crazy like Trix or something like that.
No Count Chocula.
Oh, I love Count Chocula.
Yeah, but are you going to eat a whole box over the next 3 days that you got stuff to do?
I might.
But I got stuff to do.
Man, I got nothing on the docket today. I guess I'm going to eat this box of Count Chocula. I'm just going to put this box down.
Got the weekend off. Got myself a box of Count Chocula.
I got a box of Count Chocula. And for Saturday, I got a box of Boo Berries.
2% milk. 2% milk. I'll want some 2%.
I'll say this. Another food habit that I just do, but people always have ragged on me for it my entire life. I don't put the milk in my cereal. I drink the milk on the side. Yeah, no.
You're just throwing that in like it's not that big a deal?
It's not to me. It's not, but that's just the way I like it. I like washing down like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's good. I don't like mixing. I don't like soggy cereal.
Let me put a bow on the first part of this.
You want to put a bow? You want to land the plane?
Yeah. What cereal am I eating when I go to Vegas? I like some Honey Nut Cheerios, maybe.
Okay. I thought you were gonna do what are they like grape nuts or whatever?
Yeah, I'm not grape nuts, but I will eat Rice Chex cereal sometimes.
Okay.
But I think maybe some Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, good. That's on the Mount Rushmore cereals for me.
Honey Nut Cheerios is solid.
You Captain Crunch guy?
Yeah. I haven't had it in years.
You're just I could tell you're itching. You're ready to go now.
But you didn't tell me this before that you eat your so do you eat it with a spoon or are you handful guy?
Who eats it with handfuls?
You don't need a spoon if you're not going to have the milk.
Tyler? Yeah, you do a spoon for God's sakes. What am I, an animal? It's
just like a bowl of nuts.
Well, no. If you do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you get the dust all over and all that. No.
Fair.
It's like eating Cheetos for breakfast. Why would I do that? Come on,
Cheeto fingers.
It's cinnamon fingers.
Tigers don't like salt. They like cinnamon. Or no, they hate cinnamon.
I don't what?
Hangover. That's not the line at all either, by the way.
So there's the scene in The Hangover where they do famously paging doctor. Not great, right? And my 6th grade history teacher, that was like his ringtone for his phone. Not great. And that went off one day in the middle of class. And that's how I found out about that word. So I'm
trying to get Matt's attention here.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I'm not laughing. Okay. I'm not laughing at the word itself. I'm laughing at the fact that a 6th grade history teacher
straight face.
A lot of
We're not gonna influence your answer in any way.
Mm-hmm. Let me grab a water real quick. Can you give me one too? Can you give me one too?
Get comfortable.
Toss it. Nice.
Get comfortable and
no, you get over here. You get over here. Ah, the light's not great. No, I don't want to get frame mogged again. God, no, just get in the frame. Just get in the frame. Can you here?
He can hear me. I'm right here. We're 5 feet away. He doesn't need that.
So you're talking to the
Oh.
mic. You're talking to the mic.
Psychopath, yes or no? Somebody who pours a bowl of cereal and then a glass of milk, but does not eat the cereal and milk together, will eat the cereal with the spoon, dry cereal, will eat it, and then wash it down with milk. Psychopath, yes or no?
Yes, that is. I've never heard of that one before. Is that something you
I
do?
don't like soggy cereal. There's some cereals.
How long does it take you to eat a bowl of cereal?
Some cereals are better than other. Like Honey Nut Cheerios, I think are like good for that. Like I've actually done that with Honey Nut Cheerios, but I prefer the milk and the cereal separated for that.
That's a first. Yeah, I've never heard that one.
I'm the psychopath.
Yes, and I'm going to walk around the newsroom when we get off this show.
Oh my
and
God.
go desk to desk.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay. Give me.
you still eat cereal?
What's up?
You still eat cereal? What's it?
Not a ton. I'm an oatmeal guy.
When
right
I go
now.
to Vegas, I buy a box of cereal
Yeah.
and eat it in the hotel for a few days during the Mountain West tournament.
Okay,
I'm
well,
an oatmeal guy right now. So, what do you do? What do you do for breakfast?
nothing usually. Celsius, coffee,
You should eat breakfast.
a banana,
Most important meal of the day.
a banana.
I don't know that the most important meal of the day thing is true anymore, but it's still you should eat.
Did they
Right?
change that?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's any more important than eating a meal regularly is what I've heard.
Yes, I'll say this, my
I don't know
mother.
if the first one.
Backed up by science. All right.
If
You're not gonna convince me lunch is the most important.
I come down San Antonio on the way to work,
Yeah.
if the Blake's line isn't too long,
Yes.
I'll stop and get a burrito.
Mm.
Life hack, actually, ask for crispy bacon and crispy hash browns. They'll do it. The burrito's much better that way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can go for that.
Just had a burrito for lunch, actually.
What do you guys think about breakfast burritos for dinner?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
I love breakfast food.
Breakfast burritos sold at University Stadium for football games, night game, day game, doesn't matter. Needs to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I don't know who the right vendor would be, but
I'll make them. I'll show up with my my Tupperware, my little cooler.
yeah.
Like out of like
eight. It's like, oh, I didn't think we needed that many.
if when I worked in Santa Fe, there was a go-to burrito lady that would show up with her cooler, and it was the best food ever, man. Like she had tamales and she had burritos, and
That reminds me of my childhood. I grew up in the South Valley. It was like that if you went to the Walmart parking lot.
yeah.
Always someone with tamales or
If you-
burritos.
If you find a good out of the trunk of your car or out of a cooler kind of food vendor that is there regularly there. That is there regularly. I'm not saying like just trust the first one you see. So let's see what I can find in here. But oh man,
Oh, yeah. Always the best food. All right, guys. Well, I got to get back to it.
psychopath, psychopath. The vote went psychopath. Yes.
All right.
So you're a psychopath.
Okay.
I'm a big cereal guy and would do the same. That's the Vegas comment, not the eat a bowl of
Yeah,
dry
I think
cereal.
it was in reference.
Have you talked to Coach Olin about retention? There's some interesting stuff here. Retention talks yet, or how soon he plans to start having those conversations.
You
with
couldn't have
players?
gotten through the whole question without a little like goblin, like, oh, there's some interesting stuff here.
I asked him word for word about that, and
bar for bar.
bar for bar, almost word for word, what you just asked there, and he said we will handle it in house. I will tell you that a week later, he was on a podcast this past week with Rob Douster and Jeff Goodman,
yeah.
and they asked him almost word for word the exact same question I did, and he answered it. He said the conversations are ongoing, that they talk with parents, they talk with players, and that process started even before the season started. About at the end of the year, here's what we'll do. Like the conversation is ongoing.
Yeah.
When I asked him at a press conference here in Albuquerque just last week, he said we will handle that in house.
I don't even understand, and this is like no offense to all. Like I don't understand what we'll handle it in-house means there. I get the word in-house like for disciplinary stuff and all that. I don't understand that. Of course you're handling it in-house. You're going outside the house?
Yeah, I wasn't
What are you doing
asking,
outside
yeah, and
the
I
house?
wasn't asking for the dollar figures. I was just saying like what are
Yeah.
the conversations being had? So yes, the answer to your question is I have asked,
Mhm.
and he didn't answer me. But I do know his answer to the question via a different source, which is Jeff Goodman and Rob Douster's MW Insider podcast. And he said that the conversations are ongoing and that they are having those conversations right now.
Are they going to keep doing the Mountain West Insider, even though the Mountain West is set to change?
It's a year by year thing anyway, so I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
But I'll bet you they do.
Duster. I didn't know Duster was a Phillies guy. Didn't know that.
Wick 25. Am I delusional for thinking UNM has a pretty good shot to upset OU in the fall? I seriously think they can do it, especially with a large portion of the team coming back. So
you look.
call your shot. Are they going to win sooner?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not the first game of the season. I believe it is. So they're going to get a little bit more of a ramp into it, and that can kind of hurt them in the sense that you're probably not going to be able to surprise Oklahoma.
It's not my first.
In the way, are you doing Toby Keith right now?
No, that was La Bamba. It's Bob from La Bamba.
Oh, okay.
And you still haven't seen La Bamba.
No.
Why are we even talking?
Anyways,
remember
no. So I do think the fact. And look, they're playing Mercyhurst and Central Michigan. Central Michigan could be decent. That could be a pretty decent challenge there. But I don't think Mercyhurst is going to be even remotely close to the challenge that Idaho State kind of was this last fall at University Stadium. So I think maybe there is a possibility they go a little bit vanilla of some things. And it does kind of fit the profile, right? Where it's UNM is bringing a lot of guys back on offense, a lot of guys back on defense. They're strongish on the the offensive and defensive lines. Oklahoma's going to take a little bit of they do have David Stone coming back, and I do think Stone's pretty darn good. But they don't have R. Mason Thomas and stuff like that, like those guys, right? So, Oklahoma, look, they have a quarterback that can be absolutely amazing, absolutely electric, and if things are not right with him, they are really not awesome by any stretch. So certainly, turnovers could be a bit of a thing there as well. I'm not going to say you're delusional for thinking they have a pretty good shot. I just don't see it at the moment, frankly. I really want to get eyes on UNM first during spring practice, obviously during fall camp, and before we really get to a field. Because when you get to that point where you actually see them, a lot of the things, like right now I can look at the roster and say, well, I think the corners are going to be fine, or I think the safeties are going to be fine or whatever. And then you get into practice and you watch and thinking, I don't know if this is as good as I thought, or, hey, it's actually a lot better than I thought. This could be a real strength. So, but a large portion of the team coming back, that absolutely helps during deals like this. And I think, I think like if they were to replay the Michigan game with this team, maybe with the guys coming back, they probably would fare a little bit better as opposed to just the first game out. So you're not delusional. I'm not banking on it right now, but that's going to be a huge game.
I heard Sean guarantee a victory. Richie has something for you. What? Did he just arrest Sean?
Oh, not fire Sean, arrest Sean.
Right. Hashtag arrest Sean.
Hashtag prosecute Sean to the fullest extent of the law.
You don't eat cereal that way.
Hashtag lock Sean up under the jail. Fire Grammar, arrest Sean.
Larry's in. Larry on X is saying Dax Hall's other offers, thanks for checking, Larry, are Embry-Riddle and UCSD. I hope UNM has enough money to outbid
Where's Embry-Riddle again?
I'm sure it's California.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
A lot of colleges out there.
I know Dax is averaging 27 last I checked, 27 a game.
Oh, my God. It's an aeronautical university. Is Dax Hall like a pretty smart kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Wick is in. Breakfast burritos at the stadium would be elite.
They would. That's, yeah.
Why is it not done? I should start firing off texts. Owen's interview with Jeff Goodman was his best interview of the year. He answered everything. Larry, I am so happy that you follow me. I am so happy that you hate rage follow me.
Larry, this is actually making me laugh.
I know. And I only hear from you when the Lobos are losing.
Oh, this is awesome to watch.
I love how you don't.
This is good to watch just from the the sidelines.
How Larry's last text to me or tweet to me was in pregame of UNLV about how they were about to get worked over by UNLV because of the athleticism, and then UNM was up 38.
I remember that pregame show.
Yeah. Then sure enough, unathletic UNM managed to find a way to beat UNLV that game. They were up 38 and won by 28. So Larry was wrong about that, and then didn't send me any messages for their winning streak pretty much throughout January, in fact. And then once they lost to Utah State,
I can't keep.
And then once they lost to Utah State,
it's great to be on the sideboard.
Larry pointed out, "See, told you." Just like I said, they're unathletic and he can't recruit. Of course, he waited till they were playing for first place in February to say that, but he's back now because they are just coming off a loss. So good call, Larry. And now you're going after high school kids. Got it.
Geoff Goodman, man.
Do you what the changes?
Do you know what the changes or updates to University Stadium are? Do you ever see an expansion or update to anything in the pit? Also, so you want to start with the pit real quick?
Expansion? No.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
College arenas are expanding right now. Brand new power conference arenas right now are being built at it was Baylor's like under 10,000.
Oh yeah, you're right. Absolutely, good point.
Yeah, nobody's building new college basketball arenas.
Miami University is building a new one, but that's because Millet is too big. Yeah. They have to get out of that because they have the one side of it. So
I know people don't like the attendance, the shrinking in the pit. Nobody's expanding arenas right now.
That's just not where it's at. As for the University Stadium stuff, there's 5 different phases, right? So we're still stuck on. Looking to see what's going to happen if they can get everything funded. They probably will for phase 1 of stadium renovations, which would be new North Entry Plaza. They're going to widen the concourses, which will have a little bit of a reduction. I think around 1,200 seats initially.
Right, 12, I think is what he said.
1,200, by widening the concourses, and new restrooms and concessions.
If they get the entire project, they're looking dropping from 37,000 to like 34,000, right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I need to double check that. But phase 2 would be adding chair backs to lower bowl seating on the east and west sides of the stadium. You would increase the tread width by overbuilding the lower bowl seats on the east and west sides of the stadium. Phase 3, build a new court concourse behind the south end zone and connect with the east and west concourses so you have a loop around the stadium. And then renovate the scoreboard above the south end zone. Phase 4, elevate the upper bowl on the west side of the stadium with 33-inch tread widths to help create shade, and add additional chair back stop bowl seating. And phase 5, the final one, kind of a little bit backwards from how a lot of other schools renovate stadiums. You would expand club spaces and premium seating, premium suites, and and upgrade restrooms, concessions. This is all from the top of my head, by the way. So
you had to guess.
I know, pretty. I took like the pill and Limitless or whatever, and just.
Lobos go 2-1, final 3 games, placement in Mountain West tournament. I would tell you that it's going to depend because I think Nevada wins out their final 3. So
who do they have left?
They're at UNLV tomorrow, and then they have Air Force in Fresno or Air Force in Wyoming. At Wyoming, they've lost the last 2 years in Laramie. Nevada, if Nevada wins their final 3 though, and UNM goes 2-1, I think they'd have the same record. And then you're looking at who is in first place as the next tiebreaker, and Nevada, by splitting with Utah State, it would then depend on whose UNM's big win was. If they go 2-1, they're either beating San Diego State or they're beating Utah State. Nevada was swept by San Diego State, and so it depends. We don't know yet, but if they go 2-1, they would have a bye. They'd be either 3 or 4 if they go 2-1.
Ricky tweeted this out, so I'm attributing something, but he said Dax Hall has interest, not offers, from Buffalo, Cal Baptist, Cornell, and Yale, or the San Diego Union Tribune.
Cal Baptist, I remember, and the Buffalo coach has some connection to some people there in the San Diego area because Ziegler was at the same game.
Buffalo had a pretty. No, wait, I don't think they. Never mind.
Sorry. Ziegler and I were at the same game when he was answering those questions, and it is what it is. And as Larry is pointing out, he complimented an interview Geoff Goodman did. I don't see the problem. I don't see a problem at all. I texted with Geoff Goodman and right after the show, him and Rob both, and we texted for a while about the show. It was a good show. I thought they did a wonderful job. Asked some very good questions. In fact, they asked some questions word for word that I've asked that some YouTube followers don't like me asking word for word. I talk with Robin Goodman all the time. Okay. Can you win the Mountain West still if we win out? Yes.
Kramer cannot win the Mountain West.
I've already won it.
The Mountain West. Oh my God, who was it? Books Jones, Champions of Life, 2016 or whatever.
No idea what you're doing right now,
dude? Like Tennessee football, like champion. These men are they've already won the biggest championship, the championship of life.
That's right. Okay.
This guy has already won the biggest championship, the Mountain West Championship of life. It's an old ball coach right there. Good to see Butch back at Arkansas State, man.
Won the Mountain West Championship of life.
These young
yes.
men are already champions.
If the Lobos win out, they would have they would bring Utah State and San Diego State at least or both of them down to at least the 5-loss mark, which is as fun as that is to listen to right by the mic.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize that. My bad. I heard it on the tail. Just get all the backwash to hear that.
To answer your question, JG Golf, yes, they will be at least co-champions of the Mountain West if they win out. How many players turn over from this year's team?
Football, basketball. I don't.
If we're talking basketball, because your last one question was about the Mountain West tournament, I have no idea. I mean, if Olin leaves, the whole team leaves. Not one of them was recruited by New Mexico. In fact, that was asked today of Uriah Tenet. Did New Mexico ever contact you even? And the answer is no. Nobody on this roster was ever contacted by Patino's Lobos other than Antonio Chol. And Antonio Chol was recruited by them, but also fit perfectly into the way they use him now, he thought, into what Eric Olin wanted of a 6'9" player who could shoot from the outside. And I know it's driving fans crazy, but that is what they brought him in to do. And that is the only player that was recruited by both coaching staffs. He was also recruited by Eric Olin at UC San Diego.
Yeah, football, I don't even have I don't even have the full number of guys with expired eligibility in my head right now. It's around 17 depart. No, it's around like 16 to 20 departures in the portal and all that. So yeah, I don't think they had any guys who entered the portal and came back this year, if I remember correctly. But yes, I don't have the full number in front of me, but that's my bad.
Larry's in. I know that you and Goodman asked Olin a lot of the exact same questions. Why did Olin have different answers? Well, if I had to guess, I would say it's because he hates grammar and wants to fire grammar, and Geoff Goodman and him have a better relationship. And it's probably because I don't know why, man.
Hashtag arrest Reider and hashtag Reider. I bet Reider looks good in orange.
Yeah. Right.
That is I still can't believe Goodman did that. That is one of the craziest things I've ever that is nuts.
He made the rounds this past week too.
He went at a guy randomly about Penny Hardaway this week too. Did you see that? That was
I don't think Jeff's having a great week because people went at him pretty hard for the Patino stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's always such a Goodman needs to, he probably does have some understanding you're not gonna end up great in that scenario.
No.
You're really not, especially when it's so easy for Richard to hop on Twitter and did what he did, and then it's hey.
Yeah, I know when Geoff was here, and
especially with Providence fans.
Yeah, who are
Providence fans?
When Geoff was here in the pit a couple years ago.
My God. And
no
offense, Providence fans, do not come after me. Please don't come after me. Please don't come after me.
I'll just say I know Geoff and Richard are good friends, and
yes,
they're good friends. So I would be shocked had they not talked to some.
Geoff, that's not good, man.
Wow, are you gonna go with that, Geoff Goodman?
No. So. Hashtag I bet you look good in Orange, Reider.
Yeah, right. All right. That's it.
We cleared the decks.
We cleared the decks.
We're ending that way,
Larry. I'll ask Olin at the next presser why he likes Geoff Goodman and hates Geoff Grammer. I hope that'll work. It'll be right after I ask him how much money he plans to spend to out recruit
Geoff Goodgrammar.
Yeah, Geoff Goodgrammar. I will ask him right after I ask him about if they have the athleticism to beat UNLV.
Geoff Grammer, man.
All right. ABQJournal.com is where you can catch all our coverage. I will have a pregame show tomorrow morning before the noon tip-off of the sold-out game in San Diego, or in the pit with San Diego State.
Any breakfast burritos before?
I don't know. Oh, I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Maybe cereal.
Ooh.
A little dry cereal with a shot of milk. Chaser. I'm sorry.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, man.
You got anything good coming?
No, this is always, I think I mentioned it on last week. You got anything good coming? No.
Nope.
No, this is a slower period. I do have some coverage of Mountain West Indoor Track and Field Championship. Happen Samuel and Pamela Koskai. Last night was pretty insane.
Well, as you caught in today's journal, in the coverage, Pamela lapped second place.
She lapped second place. Mercy Karai, I'm not pronouncing it right, who's also runs for UNM and also is a very good runner. It's just Pamela's just awesome. So coverage of that throughout the weekend, and I'm hoping to get to some more football stuff. I just have not had some requests get fulfilled. So we'll see.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had some requests get fulfilled.
So I don't know. I'll probably have some cereal this weekend and move on.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Got basketball tomorrow. Got a final last week of some interesting Mountain West basketball, to say the least. It's going to be fun, man. I know tomorrow with the noon game, I get to go watch a bunch of these games that sometimes I don't always get to watch. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be on the another night in the Mountain West show like I was the other night, but I might be with the noon start. I might be doing that. Who knows? But we'll see. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Thanks for being on. See you guys. See some of you guys on again tomorrow for the pregame show.
Good show, man. Good stuff.
Was it really?
I mean, just say it confidently.